So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create drivable vehicles inside Unreal Engine 5. Before we start, I would like to give a huge shout out to all the people who support the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can head on to my Patreon page. So now I'm going to show you how to rig your car and how to prepare it for UE5. But if you're someone who already knows this, you can skip this part. So first of all, make sure that your car is facing towards the positive direction of the x-axis. So make sure that you have that. All the parts of the car are individual meshes, as you can see, and their x-axis should also be oriented towards the global x-axis. So this is quite important. After that, make sure that all your parts are oriented towards the y-axis. So the y-axis should basically be in line with the global y-axis. So this is quite important for things to work inside UE5. So after you have done that, you can select each part and then you can apply the rotation and the scale. So you just need to do that. You don't need to apply the location. After that, we are going to verify the unit scaling. So just select the measurement tool and you can just measure this car. So in my case, it's around 1 meter and 17 centimeters. So this is a very good scale for your car. And in the unit scaling options right here, you need to change it to centimeters. So you need to change it to 0.01. So basically Blender works in meters and Unreal Engine works in centimeters. Now it's time to rig a car. So you can do this manually, but I'm going to use an add-on here. So I'm going to use this add-on. I will leave a link down in the description. You can download it for free. And this add-on will make the rigging process very easy. After you have downloaded that, you need to install it. After installing the add-on, you just need to enable it. So just search for vehicle and enable the add-on. After the add-on is enabled, you can go to this menu right here. And in this menu, you can basically rig your vehicle. So just select the corresponding parts. Make sure that you are doing this correctly and make sure that your names are correct. And after you have done that, you can change the bone length. So you can just halve that. And let's rig this vehicle. So you can just press that button. And there we go. We have successfully rigged our vehicle. So to export this, you need to select everything. You can do that by tapping your A key. So just tap your A key until everything is selected. And here make sure that the skeleton is selected at the end. So the skeleton should be the active selection. So everything looks good. So let's go to File, Export, and we can export this as an FBX file. Here you can change this to copy and you can click that button. That is going to make sure that you are importing your textures and materials. Check the selected objects option and you can select these 3 selected objects. In the transform, you can change the forward axis to the X axis. You can change the up axis to the Z axis. Under the geometry, this is very important. Change that to face. This will make sure that you have very good shading. Turn off add leaf bones and turn off the bake animation. And after you have configured these options, you can give your file a name and you can just export this as an FBX file. Now let's open up Unreal Engine 5 and here you can press Ctrl space to bring up the content browser. And we are going to import that object. So right click, import. So now we have these import options. So first of all, we are going to use the default option. So just reset that to default. Make sure that you are creating materials. Under the file information, you can see that we have exported this from Blender. So that looks pretty good. So let's import this. So all the assets have been imported. Here we are going to have 3 things. We are going to have the mesh, the physics asset, and the skeleton. We'll also have the materials. So first of all, let's open up the mesh right here. Next, let's go to the skeleton. And this is quite important. Make sure that your skeleton hierarchy is the same. Next, we are going to take a look at the physics asset. In my case, Unreal Engine has automatically generated these physics bodies. But let me show you how to generate these bodies from scratch. So just go to settings right here and just click on show all bones. After that, you can select all of the bodies and you can delete them. Now I'm going to select all of these wheel bones. And you can change the collision shape to sphere right here. And you can just generate these bodies. So we have generated the physics bodies for the wheels. Now let's generate a physics body for the root bone. And for the body of the car, you could change the primitive type to whatever you like. But in my case, I want a very good collision mesh. So I'm going to change that to single convex hull. And I'm going to generate my collision body. After that, I'm going to add a flow in my scene. So this is just for testing purposes. So just add a flow. Now I'm going to go to edit plugins. So just search for chaos. And you need to enable this chaos vehicles plugin. Just enable that. After you have enabled that plugin, we need to create a blueprint. So right click, create blueprint class. And here we need to create a chaos vehicle pawn. After creating that, you can open it. This is going to open in the blueprint editor. So first of all, let's add our car mesh here. So just select the mesh. Just for gameplay purposes, I'm also going to add a spring arm. And to the spring arm, I'm going to add a camera. So the spring arm should be under the mesh and the camera should be under the spring arm. So you can change the length of the spring arm and just rotate the spring arm to an angle. The spring arm should not inherit the rotation of the controller. So just turn that off. And just for now, I'm going to turn off the collision. So just turn off the camera collision. After that, let's configure the vehicle itself. So let's go to the vehicle movement component. And here you will find all the settings for your vehicle. So the first thing that we need to configure is the wheel. So you can go to the wheels right here under the wheel setup. And you can add 4 elements to this array. So we have 4 wheels. So that's why we have added 4 elements. Each element here has a bone name. So to access the bone names, we are going to open up the skeleton. And here you will be able to see your bone names. So either you can right click and you can copy selected bone names. You will need to do this for all the bones. And here always start by typing the bone name of the front wheel. And start with the left wheel first. Next we have the engine setup. So the engine setup is very interesting and you can do a lot of things. But in this video, I'm going to keep things simple. So first you can just click on the torque curve and that is going to open up this curve editor. Note that the maximum torque here is 300. So I'm going to make a curve that goes from 0 to 300. You can add points by holding down the shift key. So just hold the shift key and click on the graph to add your points. So there we go. We have created a simple curve that goes from 0 to 300. So this will do the job. Compile and save the blueprint. After that, let's create another blueprint class. So let's right click, create a blueprint class. We are going to create the chaos vehicle wheel. So this blueprint will contain all the settings for our wheels. So it is basically like a wheel profile. So we need 2 of these, one for the front wheels and one for the back wheels. So you can create one, name it front wheel. And then you can duplicate that and you can name it as rear wheels. Make sure to save everything. So let's open up the front wheel. So these are the front wheel settings. So you can change that to front wheel. You can turn on affected by handbrake and affected by engine. You can also turn on affected by steering. You could also reduce the steering angle to 45. So our front wheel settings have been configured. let's open up the back wheels. And these are the back wheels, so just set that to that. And the back wheels should also be affected by the handbrake and the engine, but they should not be affected by the steering. Now after creating these objects, we need to add these objects into the car blueprint. Down here in the wheel setups, you will see an option for wheel class. So select the front wheel class for the first two elements, and then you can select the rear wheel class for the other two elements. After that, just select the mesh component and search for physics and make sure that simulate physics is turned on. So a lot of people forget to turn this on and things don't work because Chaos is basically a physics system. So Chaos needs simulate physics to be turned on. So make sure that you turn this on. So our car has been configured. So let's go to create and let's add a player start. So this will be the starting position of a player. And this is where the player will be spawned. And after the player start, you will also need to change the game mode. So you can create your own game mode like that. Open up the game mode and change the default pawn class to our car BP object. Finally, you can add this game mode right here in the world settings. So there we go. Just to confirm, we have the car blueprint as our default pawn. Let's test things out. So let's play the game. As you can see, we have our physics working and the suspension also seems to work. Now we are going to open up the car blueprint. In the event graph, you can click on the spring arm and you can bring it right here. After that, you can get the add relative rotation node. So this will help you to change the rotation of your camera. Ctrl W to duplicate that. And we are going to add two mouse axes. So first of all, we are going to add a mouse X axis event. And we'll also need a mouse Y axis event. And make sure that you add axis events and not axis values. Right click on these values and just split these values. So now we have split these rotator values into 3 float values. Connect the mouse X to the Z axis. So any movement of the mouse on the X axis will affect the rotation on the Z axis. And similarly, if you move the mouse on the Y axis, it is going to affect the rotation on the Y axis. And let's test this out. So if you move your mouse, you can see that we have a free rotating camera. Now you'll notice another issue, and this is going to depend on your vehicle as well. But in my case, as you can see, the car is below the ground. So the wheels are intersecting with the floor. That is a very easy fix. So open up the wheel class. In the wheel class, you will need to increase the wheel radius. And you will need to do this for both of the wheels. So just increase the wheel radius. And as you can see, that will fix that. Now let's program the movement of the car. So open up the car blueprint. You can comment this, so just press C to comment. Now to start, I am going to add the vehicle movement component. And from that, you can just search for set throttle input. Next, you can search for set brake input. Just add that. Next, we are going to add a steering input as well. And finally, we are going to add a handbrake input. So just add that. So these 4 nodes will control the movement of a vehicle. After we have added these nodes, we'll need to set up the axis mappings and the input mappings. So to add axis mappings and input mappings, you can go to the project settings. And in the input section right here, there's an option for action mappings and axis mappings. So first off, add an action mapping. And this action mapping will be called handbrake. You can add any key to this. I'm going to bind it to the spacebar. Next, we are going to add 3 axis mappings. First axis mapping will be called throttle. And this throttle axis will be assigned to the W key. Make sure that it has a positive scale as well. Next, we are going to add the brake axis mapping. So this will be bound to the S key. Make sure that the scale is positive as well. After the brake, we are going to add an axis mapping for steering. Add the A key and set the value to -1. And we also need to add another key, so change that to the D key. So make sure that you have added these mappings correctly. After that, you can open up the blueprint and you can connect the respective access events into the respective inputs right here. So the throttle will be connected into the throttle. Just add the brake access and just connect it right here. And make sure again that you are adding events. So just connect that there. Lastly, we have the handbrake action mapping. So just duplicate that node. So we want the handbrake to be on when the key is pressed, and we want the handbrake to be off when the key is released. So make sure that it's true on pressed and false on released. So this is all that we need to do. So let's select all of these nodes and press C to comment them. So let's test this out. You can see that we can move the camera, and if you press the WSAD keys, you can see that a car moves. So a car is moving, but the wheels are static. So for the rotation of these wheels, you will need to create an animation blueprint. So right click on the skeleton and just create an animation blueprint. So before we do anything, go to the class settings and make sure that you change the parent class to the vehicle animation instance. This is very important. So if you don't do this, things will not work. After you have changed that, right click and you can search for something called as a vehicle controller. So we are going to need the vehicle controller for a wheeled vehicle. Connect that into the output pose. Lastly, we are going to add one more node. This node is called mesh space reference pose. So just add that and connect it into the wheel controller. So now we'll need to link this animation blueprint in the car blueprint. So go to the car blueprint, select the mesh, and in the animation make sure that it is using the animation blueprint, and select the animation blueprint in the animation class. So if you have done this correctly, our wheel should rotate. So let's test the camera moves, and if you press the W key, the car moves, and now the wheels are also rotating. Also, I don't know if you can see this, but we have a blurring going on when the wheels move, and that is a very easy fix. So go to the project settings and search for motion blur and make sure that motion blur is turned off. And as you can see, that blurring effect goes away. So that's it. This is how easy it is to create a drivable vehicle inside Unreal Engine 5. So if you like this video, leave a like down below. Also, if you want to download the finished project, you can download this project on Patreon and Gumroad. So I'll leave those links down in the description. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I'm going to see you in the next video.